Finally, the Black Widow guide. I'm excited about this one. I feel it's similar to Groot. It's a hero that isn't fully realized, because the more I play with her across seasons, the more I'm convinced she's not a throw pick. Not even close. In fact, she's the opposite. When you play her the right way and understand her role, she brings a ton of value to the team. And honestly, I think she's going through the same arc Wolverine did early in Marvel Rivals. People used to laugh at him until they got rolled by someone who knew what they were doing. I personally believe Black Widow's the same. If you do the right things, she excels. And I'm sure you've already experienced it. If you faced a Lord or cracked Black Widow, they can ruin your entire game plan. So let's start with a number, 240. That's her headshot damage, hit scan, no damage drop off, any range. We'll dive more to that in a second, but just know if a Widow's landing her shots, she's terrifying. Her kit, it's simple, but effective. And she got a very nice buff, one that kind of transforms how you can play her and the things that she can do. This buff made her way better at defending herself. She can actually peel now, and I'll show you that. And a lot more. And it could even open up moments like this. It's going to come down to positioning, how her shots feel through your crosshairs, your aim settings, what you focus on in a fight, how you approach your role. Again, a lot of that's going to be covered in the playstyle section. That's where the bulk of this guide is, but knowing her attacks also really matter. Some are straightforward, but others, there's some real depth. So let's first start with her primary weapon, her bread and butter, the Red Boom rifle. Now, this is what most of her value revolves around, and it also works hand in hand with her passive, straight shooter. All her passive does is it gives her the scope. The first aiming mode, the clean, clear, great for range scope. The damage profile is 120 to the body, 240 to the head. And there's two ways to fire, hip fire and aiming down sights. And the difference between the two is actually pretty crucial to know, the things you can do. When you're hip firing, you're essentially no scoping. 10 meters and in, so you gotta be pretty close. The hipfire shots deal full damage, so it's still 120 to the body, 240 to the head. Once you go past that, damage starts dropping off hard. By 20 meters, it drops to 50%. That's still really good for chip damage or finishing off low health targets. Another bonus about hipfire is you can use the sprint and shoot. I'll talk about that more in the sprint section, but there's a ton of mobility with Black Widow, and it's great with her flow. And hipfire is actually faster than aiming down sight slightly. You're going to use this a ton. Firing from the hip, it's great for cleaning up kills, walking down squishy targets, or putting pressure on tanks. That could either be by jumping around or doing her kick attack, whatever it is. And in some fights, you're going to start with a scope shot. Once the enemy gets close, you're going to switch to hip fire to finish off the job. Aiming down sights, on the other hand, uses that straight shooter passive. It takes just 0.3 seconds to scope in. Once you're in, you have no damage drop off. If you land the shot, the value is huge. Because even if it's just body shots at 120 apiece, that's taking a good portion of a lot of heroes' health pools. Especially if you're at a distance and you have other heroes on your team putting pressure on them, you're an asset. And I'll go into more detail in the playstyle section, but here's something you need to remember from the start. Because of this damage profile and it being hit scan, Black Widow is one of the best heroes in the game at destroying summons or deployables. This is part of her role. You are on cleanup duty, embrace it. That's where a ton of her value comes from. Because when you're playing Black Widow, you're often holding mid to back line, you have vision, you see what's happening across the map, you see fights breaking out, you see where priority is, where cooldowns are being burned, and when summons hit the field. When you see them, you delete them. I mean, just look at the value she can bring. Loki Rune, one shot. Magic's Demon, one shot. Moon Knight's Unk, one shot. Namor Squid, you one shot it. The Gamma Squid is two shots. If Hulk Gamma Bubbles an ally, you one shot it. The Gamma on Hulk himself, you two shot it. Invisible Woman's Shield, 2 shots. Penny Nest, 3 shots. Groot's Wall, 3 shots. Punisher in turret form, 5 shots. Rocket's Ultimate, 7 shots, and many more. She's a counter some way or another to these heroes. We'll take Namor as an example. You can literally shut down Namor's entire kit just by sniping his squids as soon as he throws them. Over and over, just take them out. You see a penny nest, you grab an angle, you wipe it out. Doesn't matter the range. Say you're surveying the field and a fight breaks out on the front line. Loki runes. He throws down clones, he throws up runes mid-fight. You delete them one by one. Just pick them off, one shot apiece. She is incredibly powerful in this part of the game, and it's something most people don't even think about or consider when they talk about her. But your team, they notice. It's a huge value. In some instances, you can save fights before they even start in some cases. Outside of that, the Summon Deleter, you've got a high damage rifle that's built for picks, pressure, and clean duels. And there's a lot more how to use this effectively in that playstyle section, but just for now, know that if the Widow's hitting her shots, the Widow can be a problem real fast. Next is Fleetfoot, Widow's core movement tool, her mobility ability. It's your shift on controller, top right bumper. Fleetfoot is a forward dash that enables a powerful super jump, and when active, it boosts your movement speed by 33%, letting you move at about 8 meters a second. This is an energy-based movement. It's all tied to this little bar on the right of your screen while you're sprinting. A full bar is 120 energy, and here's how that works. Sprinting consumes 12 energy a second, meaning you can sprint for 10 seconds straight, then it goes away, it has to recharge. It recharges 30 energy per second, meaning it takes just 4 seconds to get that bar to fully recover, then you can sprint again. I mean, you can sprint in between, but to get it all the way back, it takes 4 seconds. Then we have the super jump. You use this to get to high places, use it to take shots, use it to jump over enemies, juke them, use it to get away. Tons of different ways. When you use the super jump, it consumes 24 energy per leap, and you combine that with the sprinting that you've been doing, it eats up your energy, but that's okay. It's back in no time. Look, as we go on here, realize that this isn't the Black Widow you remember, what was talked about back then that was a meme, because since the start of the game, her ammo count has gone from 8 in the magazine to 15, that's what it currently is now. And this ability, Fleetfoot, it used to take, I'm not kidding, 12 seconds to fill her energy back up when you used all of it. Now it only takes 4. You would sprint for 10 seconds and then have to wait 12 seconds to do it again. The whole kit got better. It's not the same. It's not the old Black Widow kind of stuck holding a perch and waiting for a pick. This is a new, more aggressive Black Widow. She's faster, she's more dynamic. And then we get into the next ability that also got changed, that isn't how you remember it, and it's incredible. Edge Dancer is your E, controller top left bumper. Unleash a spinning kick to knock enemies airborne. Landing the hit will allow her to zip to the target with a grappling hook for a second kick. By far her most important ability, and I love it. There's a lot going on with it. It's got a 15-second cooldown. The kick has a 5-meter range. It used to be 3 meters. It got a buff. It's 5 meters now. Once you kick an enemy, that kick deals 35 damage, the initial kick. Then a 5-second timer comes up on the screen. In those 5 seconds, within range, and you'll see it focus on them that they're still within range, you can use the ability to press the same button again. Up to 12 meters. The second part of this attack has a 12-meter range in any direction. You press the button again. When you do, she grapples them in and kicks them again. This kick also deals 35 damage, and right after you kick them, that second kick stuns them for 1 second. It's not just any stun, it's a full CC. You can do things like you saw earlier with Spider-Man, stun them out of their ult, a Wanda. Anything that can be CC'd, this grapple can do it. And also note, after you kick an enemy and get that grapple cooldown, you have 5 seconds to do it. You can use that second kick on any enemy that you want. So let's say you kick one enemy that's in front of you, let's say a tank, and to the left you see a Wanda, a DPS, a Luna. You could look at them, grapple them, and kick them. That's 35 damage, then they're stunned for 1 second, and you use that 1 second to light up a headshot for 240 damage. That's 275. That is something to do. Kick an enemy, then look for another enemy to grapple and kick to stun. Is that combo, the second kick and a headshot's 275. But where it gets crazy, I got a little bit ahead of myself. Thanks to a recent buff, Black Widow can now immediately shoot after the second kick. Before, she had to rechamber her rifle, which meant she couldn't capitalize on the stun. Now, she can. The moment after you land that second kick and they're stunned, you can fire. No delay. That opens up a ton of devastating combos. Such as, an easy one, you can just sprint to something, no-scope them in the body, kick them, grapple, kick them again, then they're stunned, no-scope them in the body again. That's 310 damage. That's without even touching a headshot. If you land headshots, counting the kicks, that's 550 damage. It really changes everything about what she can do, because this ability isn't just about offense, it's your way to absolutely delete squishies. And it doesn't really require accuracy. It allows you to peel for your team. You can challenge tanks up close because how much damage you can deal. If an enemy dives you, they're going to learn fast because you're going to try to no-scope them as they're coming in. You're going to kick them, and once you kick them, you can immediately grapple them. Even if a Black Panther tries to dash, he isn't dashing 12 meters. You're going to catch him. You're going to pull him right back. Same thing if an Iron Fist, Black Panther, Spider-Man jumps on your support. You're going to take your shots as you get close to them, but your whole goal is to get up there and kick them. Because after that, you have that 12-meter range to grapple and stun them again, making them an easy kill for you and your teammate. Do not be afraid to use this thing aggressively. And sometimes you just need something gone. You know that, let's say, a Luna's about to ult. Literally beeline sprint to them. While sprinting, land a no-scope on the body, kick them, grapple them, kick them, and finish them off with another body shot. It works in every situation. Offensive pressure, defensive repositioning, team peeling. Use it early, use it often. And the ability really does define her kill potential, her survivability, how long you're able to stay up, stay alive, her overall team usefulness. And when you master it, she kind of stops feeling like a sniper and really starts feeling like a predator. Like, you could do so much with her because of this. She also has a melee, a second primary. It's your 2, or wherever you bound it to, wire triangle a controller, that switches to it. They're electric batons. You do use these. They have a 3-meter melee distance. They land 2 strikes a second. Each deals 45 damage, so 90 damage a second. She can actually put out pretty decent damage pretty quickly. And you use this maybe after kick grapples, or when people are low, or if you want to show total dominance. It's so rude to do this to someone. But if they're super close, you can get off a couple of melees to get the down. But to me, when you can land a 120 no scope to the body, you always do that first. I have to put in the unofficial team-ups. It's with Storm and Mantis, or Storm and Mantis. I've talked about these in previous videos. In Mantis's case, she can give you 16 seconds of a 12% damage boost. This makes your crit deal 268.8. This is going to allow you to one-shot 250 health point heroes, and that is so impactful. Taking out a Rocket, a Mantis, a Punisher, a Moon Knight, Star-Lord, just one shot in them. They're very powerful together, and the same with Storm. All you do is just stand under Storm's Thunder Aura, and she gives you a 10% damage boost. It pushes your headshot to 264, and it's the same deal. One shot, one down on 250 health point heroes and below. And if you get them both together, you get a boost from Mantis and stay within Storm's aura, you deal 295 for your crit. The actual team-up is with Hawkeye. And these two together are just raw damage. Just out of the gate, there's a lot of heat if they're landing shots. Hawkeye's the anchor and allows Widow to have Super Sensory Hunt. It's a 30-second cooldown. It lasts for 8 seconds when you pop it. Once you do pop it, you start getting after images like Hawkeye does in his ultimate. Every 0.5 seconds, an after image is going to trail the enemy, and that after image stays on the ground for 3 seconds. You can hit that after image to deal damage to the actual enemy. Note, you cannot crit the after images with Widow. But why is this team up good? Why is it important? Well, first of all, say you see a strategist, a Luna. You pop the ability. All you have to do is hit 3 of her after images, and they're going to be standing still, those after images. 3 shots is 360 damage, or use it on any problematic DPS. You're going to focus it on who you want to go down. All you do is hit their still images. It's very good. But the best reason for using this comes with her ultimate. It's in the next chapter, but the ult at its core can deal anywhere from 120 to 170 damage. Like you see right here, it leaves them all low. But if you pop Super Sensory before, it acts like you see with Doctor Strange. With his ultimate, you can deal damage to the enemy or to their soul, or both. With Hawkeye, when you use his Supersonic Arrow, it deals damage to the enemy or the after image, or both of them at the same time. It's the same thing with Black Widow. Her ultimate hits the enemy and all the after images, allowing her to one-shot. If you have Hawkeye in your team, you're playing Black Widow, always pop this team up before you ultimate. Her ultimate is Electroplasma Explosion, and I think this is a very misunderstood ultimate. I do. I want to show you what it does, what you're looking for. Switch the Red Room Rifle, or what I call the Red Boom Rifle, to Destruction Mode, and unleash an Electroplasma Blast, damaging enemies within range and leaving plasma on the ground to slow nearby enemies. It has a charge. 99% of the time, just make sure it's at 100% charge. It takes 0.6 seconds to get there. So hold it for a little more than half a second, it's fully charged. Because we can talk about the extremes. If you just tap this ult, it deals 120 damage. If you hold it, it deals 170. If you tap it, it spreads 5.6 meters. If you hold it, it spreads 8 meters. If you tap it, it makes 7 plasma globules on the ground. If you hold it, there's 20 plasma globules. In conclusion, you hold it, the larger, the more damage, the wider the area. The only time you don't do this is unless you absolutely want something down and you have the ult. Like right here, I had both healers on me. So I got shots in, got them low, I tapped it right on the ground, do big burst damage and slow them down. Like that's fine. But most of the time you do want to do the full hold, and this is why. When you throw the ultimate out, it stays on the ground for 10 seconds. It stays there for a long time, but the important part, when enemies are hit by it or they walk in, they're slowed by 55%, but you'll notice that they glow this pink-purple color. When they're like this ultimate also makes enemies vulnerable, and they're vulnerable for only 4 seconds. So what does vulnerable mean? They take 15% more damage as long as they're this color, this highlighted pink-purple color. You and your allies can see when they're like this. So especially when you throw this thing into a group, and it doesn't matter, you're hitting tanks, DPS, strategists. You've held it, it's doing the most damage it can do, it's the widest it can be, you've hit the most that you could. In those early stages, immediately for those 4 seconds, everyone's glowing, they're taking more damage, so utilize it. Once they stop glowing, after that 4-second duration, and they're still within the plasma field, they're still slowed, they're still 55% slowed. And on Widow's part, that's what makes it easy. I mean, non-tanks, after you hit them with the initial ultimate, you just body shot because the body shot's doing 15% more damage. This is great on payloads, it's great on choke points, on zones. And remember, it does good damage at the start to lock down the area. That's what you're doing. It slows them, makes them vulnerable. So it's going to be up to you and your team to take advantage of that. Widow is kind of hard to get into. Like, I see a lot try her, not really know her kit. They do bad, they never go back. Or they do that and they'll take some verbal abuse from allies and think that the hero sucks and they never go back. Like, all heroes take time. And Widow has aim, she has positioning, she has combos, tons of stuff just like the other ones. When you're learning a new character, there will be growing pains. So as you're starting off, find a crosshair that you like. I've liked and used a crosshair with a dot. It's my main one. I've used a green dot, and there's also a new one. I don't have gameplay, but like it's this opaque circle that's the size of the hitbox. It seems pretty clean. And I have codes in the description for all of these, but regardless, just find one that you like. A color that you like. It could be green, white, red, whatever. Try different ones. And the same goes with your sensitivity. If you're not aware, you can do separate sensitivities for different characters. I play 800 DPI with 2.5 horizontal and vertical, but when you look in the hero settings, she has specific ADS settings, meaning the scope. I have mine at 90 for a couple of reasons. It is slightly slower than my regular sensitivity, and that does help accuracy. It kind of slows it down a little bit and makes you feel more accurate. And what it's doing on M&K is it's giving the illusion of aim assist. Like, especially with faster click shots, because you flick over there, you scope in, and that scope slows down a tiny bit, and you feel that it's giving that illusion of aim assist. Now, on controller, try those things too. Find a sensitivity you like. Then mess with the ADS, and it could be 100-100. You could make it just linear. I can't do any of that for you. You have to try to find the different combos that work for you. Next, and this is going to sound a bit weird, but especially starting off, if you're interested in Black Widow, or maybe you're getting back into Black Widow, I recommend that you go to the range and do close speed and far bots. And all you want to do is hit them. That doesn't mean headshot. The headshots will come, and as you're aiming, you're going to hit headshots every now and again, but get used to the kick after her shot, how her scope feels, and then you're also seeing the value of what just landing shots does, how much damage it's doing. Even if it's just that, body shot, body shot, body shot. I did this and it helped me a ton. Then I started playing games doing that. It was in quick play, and I suggest that you do that too. Get into spots, move around, be mobile. Don't just sit in one area. You would be high, then go low. You push up with the team, go back, hit everything that you see. Just hit them. 90% of the time it's going to be a body shot, and that's fine. That's what we're going for. You're going to hit headshots too, because that just is going to happen. But just focus on landing the shot that you're aiming for. And it sounds simple, but there needs to be a lot of focus. And I noticed that once I was doing that consistently, I saw the value, because you're going to see the penny nest. You're going to see things unfold. You're going to see the Namor squids. Like, you hit everything that you see, and with the enemies that you're hitting, it's constant chip and poke, and over and over and over, it starts weighing in your favor because of how heavy her shot is. 120 or 240. You have 5 other teammates. As you're getting damaged, they're getting damaged too. They start going down. And as you play more, you're going to start hitting the head more. And when you do that, you can really start shutting down games. There's nothing like in the opening of a match, you see a cloak and dagger, just spam and heals out. You line up a shot, hit her in the head and the body, and take her back to spawn. There's nothing like it. It shifts fights. And you're going to get dove. You're going to get focused. And that's where her buffed kick comes in. It is so strong. And I talked about in the guide. You can use that aggressively too. You come up on a support, just run up to them, body shot them, kick them, grapple them, kick them, body shot them again, they're down. And I personally like to play Widow a little bit more aggressive than others, midline on the ground, get shots in, then I jump up to height, get shots in. And that, in my opinion, is what makes a good Widow. Sometimes they're just going to allow you to be in the back and you can land shots. That's fine too, but her kit allows mobility. It allows reposition. The sprint can get you away from areas. It can get you to areas. The jump is high. You can get shots from the air. Go low if you want. And I think with all these heroes, and as you've been playing the game as well, at some point they click. And when Widow clicks, when you understand what's going on with her and what you need to be looking for and how you need to play her, she's a ton of fun. So try being aggressive, try being defensive, try protecting your strategist. Like, all of that needs to happen to be well-rounded with Widow. And in the end, your goal is picks. That's why you're there. You're going to find that raccoon, you're going to take him out. That Punisher gets into a turret, take him out of it. A Moon Knight's just sitting up high in his little bubble, thinks that he can't be seen, just standing still, shooting an unk, make him go back to spawn. That's her value. And because she's so mobile, you can see what the priority is at any given time. You want to be going for supports and problematic DPS, but you're going to see those penny nests. You're going to see those Namor squids. That's your job. You can do it very easily. So I think that she's been slept on after all these buffs. I really do. I think she's very good. I mean, aiming and precision comes with practice. You're going to get there, but all you have to do is start trying it out, find her limitations, find what you can get away with. And once you do that, you can start being a real problem for the enemy team. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Black Widow down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on her. There's so much negativity around Black Widow, and I get why. Like, in early Marvel Rivals, she had a lot wrong with her kit, but now it is completely different. It is buffed. So try her out. Share any tips that you have below. Help each other out. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.